Hello plant tribe and welcome back to Plants, Pots, and Whatnots. For those of you who are new here, my name is Nikki. Welcome. It is so lovely to have you. I am so glad that you found me. For those of you who are coming back like the gluttons for punishment that I know you are, thank you so much for coming back. It is wonderful to see you as always. I don't know why I'm doing all this. It's been a while since I've been face to face with you guys. So anyway, today is going to be, I always say this, I think it's going to be a little bit shorter of a video. I'm talking not like 20 to 50 minutes like as is my usual. I'm going to show you today my greenhouse and what I've got going on in here, and also I'm just going to kind of combine that with some things that I have propagating. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. So if that sounds like something you'd like to stick around and watch, then by all means stick around and watch it. Let's go check it out. Okay, so I'm standing here trying to figure out what's the best way to show you guys. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take out the stuff that's easy to show you oh my god, and then put that back, and then I'll just take the camera on the gimbal and then I'll show you like the stuff that I'm not gonna like pull out and handle a whole lot. Yeah, and I think that will work quite nicely. So let me go ahead and get this stuff out of the greenhouse. One side, two sides. As you can see, it is quite humid in here. I love these little greenhouses. I actually bought a second one, but this one's a 5 shelf, and the other one that I bought is a 4 shelf, which is downstairs, and I don't really have a whole lot in that right now. It's down in the basement. And it has these little ties, not like you haven't seen this before, but anyway. This thing has been a godsend. This has saved so many plants for me, and I really, really highly recommend, if you don't have one of these, go get you one. Seriously. It has saved my Queen Anthurium. It has saved my Anthurium forgetii, and it has been great for growing seeds and new propagations, ones that are maybe a little bit more sensitive to the elements of my home. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first one I'm going to show you here, you've probably seen before. This one was given to me by Paula. This was a little tiny cutting at the time. It's grown a couple of new leaves. It's super cute. So this is my Philodendron Verrucosa. Look how stinking cute. It's so cute. So this guy is growing quite well in here. I take most of these ones out about every 2 weeks just to check their roots, make sure that it's not like over humid. You can see that for a while I had them inside a prop, like a spag bag, I call it, the spag bag prop bag. What? Anyway, and so when it gets really humid and you've got plants like this growing, the roots automatically want to grow to where there's moisture. So you can see here that there's these little roots that were like, ooh, moisture. So they just decided to grow anywhere except for at the bottom where there's typically a lot of moisture. So anyways, these guys will just kind of, they're not used to the elements, and so they'll just eventually die back and fall off, but he is doing really, really well. The leaves are perfect. I don't know if you see that? Look how cute. Anyway, so that is the first one that I have in here, and once it gets a really nice healthy root system and maybe gets a couple more leaves, I'll probably go ahead and pot that up. I may at that point, I'll decide whether I want to leave it in the greenhouse for a little while to acclimate to the soil, or if I'll take it out. I'll probably like put it in soil and then leave it in here just for a little while, just like one step at a time, you know? So anyway, that's my first one. The second one here is my Monstera silte Picanha. So this is her. She's got new leaf here. So there's actually 2 cuttings in here. There's this one with these, oh gosh, these leaves here, and then there's this one on this side. So this guy's doing well. It's getting a new leaf, and there's already another, oh no, you can't even see that. See, there's a little one growing there. Yeah. Anyway, I am really excited about this guy getting big because I've wanted one of these for so stinking long. Anyway, this guy's doing really well. His root system is getting quite substantial. And so same scenario as with the Brantianum, I'll probably just wait a little while and then I'll go ahead and put him in soil and then leave him in there to reacclimate to the soil, and then, you know, it's like the thing. Okay, so next. So the next one that I want to show you, I'm really excited about. I almost lost this plant. It got some sort of weird, it wasn't a fungus, it was like a bacteria, and the leaves started, I don't even know how to explain it. If I can find photos, I'll put them in here of what this looked like when it started to decline, and it happened so incredibly quickly. So anyways, what ended up happening with this Anthurium forgetii is that I mean, the leaves just fell off. So I took it out of the pot because my first instinct was, okay, maybe it has root rot. This is going to be a lot longer video than I anticipated because I can't stop talking. Hope you're okay with that. So I thought maybe the roots were bad, like the roots had rotted, whatever. So I popped it out. No, the roots were perfect. There was no pests on this thing. Anyway, so it was obviously some sort of bacteria. So I put it in Spagna moss, I put it in the greenhouse, and I waited. And I waited. Now, if you've been with me for a while, it's been a long time since you guys have seen this plant. Here's a photo of what it looked like. It was huge and beautiful. And I almost cried. I probably shed a tear. That probably happened. Anyway, so imagine that with no leaves and me. But anyways, so I put it in Spagna moss, I put it in the greenhouse, and that was probably, oh my goodness, maybe 7 months ago. Like, I'd have to go back and check, but it was quite a while ago. And let me show you. So this was the first leaf that it put out when it started growing its leaves back. Nope, that's a lie. Actually, this is the second one. The first one came out weird and it was kind of like curled, so it looked like a cup. This is the second one that came out and it's looking pretty good. This is the third one. It looks kind of weird backlit with that. It looks like it's got like spots, but it doesn't really. Can you? Anyway, you get the general idea, right? Now, here's the coolest part. If you look under here, there's a third leaf, but this is totally not coming off of this main stem, or yeah, I guess it'd be a stem. This is a whole new, I can't get a good view of that, but anyway, so I haven't taken it out of the pot yet to kind of see what's going on there. But as you can see, she's got some roots. So I was so happy to see this guy growing because she was really beautiful, and she will be beautiful again soon. So that is the second plant that that is the third plant that I wanted to show you. Probably one of the biggest success stories was this guy, and possibly my Queen Anthurium, which is no longer in here. This is a picture of her. She's beautiful. She had no leaves at one point too, but she's okay now. Okay, moving along. Okay, the next plant that I'm going to show you is this guy. I got this cutting from Tammy with the good plants, and she does have good plants. She does. It's true. So this is a Hoya rotunda flora. And they have the cute little, and these leaves are actually kind of furry. Not super furry, just a little furry. But I just realized this is super dry. Before I put it back in there, I'm gonna go ahead and give her water. I'm gonna do that now, because otherwise I'll forget. I'll be right back. Actually brings up a good point and a good teaching moment. So if you are propagating or growing or recuperating any plants in sphagnum moss. If they're not in a bag, even though they're in a very humid, like the humidity, well, because I have the door open at 64% in there, but normally it hovers around 98, 99%. So even though it's in a really humid environment, the spag will still dry out unless it's in a sealed bag. What I'm trying to say is, if you are growing something like this, even in a greenhouse scenario, make sure that you check the spag moss and make sure that you water it, because it will dry out and then it will kill your plant and then everything will be for naught. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put this back. Okay, what do I want to show you next? Okay, so the next things I want to show you are just some cuttings of some trailing plants that I have. My daughter, this was really exciting for me. Those of you who have children that you're really hoping will get into plants, you'll understand where I'm coming from here. But I was on just a video call with her the other day, and she asked me if I could, if I had any like trailing plants, or, you know, any like dangle, I can't remember what she referred to it as, but we know them as trailing plants, that she could have, because she wanted to start growing some. And I was like, oh yeah, do I ever. I've got this and I've got this and I've got this. And anyway, so I have taken some cuttings for her that I'm going to grow, get some nice roots going, and then I'm going to give them to her, and then she's going to have this great plant collection, hopefully love them as much as I do. So these next few plants are being grown for my daughter. So the first one is this round leaf Adansonii, Monstera Adansonii, and this guy's doing really well. The roots took really quickly, so they are about 2 inches long at this point. So that is the first one I have in there. So this will be a nice full plant for her. I cut each one as its own individual leaf, so it'll be nice and bushy and full. So that is the first one. Where am I going to put these? Okay, the second one that I have growing in here is quite small still, but this is a narrow form Monstera Adansonii, who you can see is getting quite long at this point. And the leaves have not fenestrated yet, but they will. It's got a new leaf growing in here. Who knows? Maybe we'll have some holes in that one. But that is the second plant that I have growing for Jada. The next one that I have growing for Jada is this Seba Blue. So there's actually 2 cuttings in here. This is just a beautiful plant. This is one of those plants that took me forever to actually get my hands on. But I do have a nice trailing one over here now. It is actually finally growing, which I'm really excited. I see a lot of people down the States with these gorgeous bushy Seba Blue plants, and you just don't find those up here. So we have to do it the old-fashioned way and just grow it and repot it and cut it and regrow it, and you know, it's a thing. So anyway, that is the next one, Seba Blue. The next one I have in here is the tried and true Marble Queen Pothos. Sorry, my brain fell out. So this one was really nice because it has some beautiful variegation. You can see that's almost like Mandula Pothos kind of variegation. And then this leaf is actually coming in like almost purely white. So anyway, I thought it'd be nice to give her one with some really nice variegation. And so there's that one. The next one I have here is this guy. This is I'll probably end up cutting some of these older leaves off once it starts growing a little bit more. I made the mistake of putting it too close to the grow light in here, and FYI, these Theanine Oaks don't like direct light at all. So that's what happened here. But there are 3 cuttings in here. They have rooted quite nicely. I'm not sure. Yeah, you can see that. So Tradescantias are one of the fastest rooting plants in my experience that I've ever come across. It's wild. They'll have roots. You can put them in water, you can put them in spag moss, you can put them directly into soil, and literally they will have roots within a couple days, if not less, like 24 hours. It's wild. Anyway, so that was really pretty, and I thought that would be a nice addition to her collection. And I will probably end up giving her part of what's in here. So in here forever ago, I just tossed some cuttings that had fallen off other plants that I had of this Peperomia prostrata. And as you can see, it's grown quite long, and literally this was just like a cutting that I tossed in a pot and went, I don't know what else to do with it, and tossed it in there, and it just has grown and it's cute. These string of pearls I'm actually going to keep because I don't actually have a string of pearls plant, so I will try to somehow separate these. You know, in retrospect, this probably wasn't the best idea. Oops. Anywho, so I have those two for her. I think I just lost a turtle. Okay, so that's all the plants that I have growing for Jada, I think. Yes. Okay, the next one I want to show you, and I don't think this one's going to make it. I think I screwed up. It was an accidental screw up. Anyways, so these, oh nope, this one's got roots. So these are Nepenthes, sorry, pitcher plants. Come on, Nikki. Anyway, so these are pitcher plants, and these will, you can see this one here, I think is a goner. Fungus gnat. Yeah, that one's toast. But this one you can see is growing a new little pitcher right there. And there is another one on this side. I don't want to pull on them too tight. Anyway, you'll have to take my word for it. But that is a little teeny tiny pitcher plant that is growing. So, you know, if Jada happens to want one of those, which, I mean, who wouldn't? These are so, so cool. I don't know. I'll insert a picture of what mine looks like right now. It's stinking huge. Anyway, and if you saw my last video, I'm saying a lot. If you saw my last video, or if you didn't, I do have a video coming up on how to propagate a pitcher plant. So keep your eye out for that if that's something that you're interested in watching. So that is my propagation of that. Okay, so this is one of my spag bags that I have sitting in here. Just because, I mean, spag bags aren't pretty. You don't want to leave them out sitting on your shelf. So having them in here is a perfect place for them. So the first one that I have in here is this gorgeous Philodendron Verrucosa, who has a gorgeous new leaf. Yeah. Anyways, so I know some people have trouble rooting these. This had no problem rooting at all. So there is actually a pretty decent root system on the plant, and then you can see there's these roots like I was explaining earlier because it just wants all of the moisture. So that will get planted. This one in particular, I had 4 cuttings in total, and I ended up giving 3 of them away for plant trades or whatnot. So this will be mine, and I'm sure I will have more in time. But this one will be going back into the pot that I have. So at that point I will have 3 growing up, and it gives you just a more full look. And it's such a beautiful plant that why wouldn't you want this big, gorgeous, full, lots of leaves. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. Okay, so that's the first one I have in here. And I just looked at the second one and I realized that when I showed you a previous plant that I screwed up a name. You're probably like, yeah, I know. This is the Monstera Picanha. That, the one that I showed you before, oh, that one right here, is the Standeliana. I apologize. I had a moment that I have all the time. Okay, anyway, this is the silte Picanha. So this is the a cutting that I got from Tammy, and she was concerned that it might not do well. Tammy, we're good. She's growing quite well. She does have some roots, and look at that leaf, like how beautiful. And there's a new one growing right here, and then she's got this little teeny guy who's super cute. Let me see. There she is. Anyways, so cute. Tammy will be happy about that. So those are the two that I have in that spag bag, and honestly, I swear by these. Swear by them. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get this put back in there. I don't want to leave it out too long. You do want to open them every now and then, like I would say like once a week, once every 2 weeks, just to let that air out and air circulate through there. So that was its air out. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, and the next one that I'm going to show you is another one that I got from Paula a while back. I haven't taken it out of its spag bag yet because I want it to grow a second leaf first, or at least show some signs of getting some new growth. So far, it hasn't done that. It does definitely have a lot of roots, but I really want it to grow a second leaf before I decide I'm going to pull it out. So this is my Scindapsus trubii Moonlight. So this is currently the only leaf that it has. It is quite large, but you can see like there's roots poking out everywhere. There's one right here. Anyway, so there's lots of roots on this plant, but like I said, I really want to see that growth before I take it out of its bag. Once it starts growing some new leaves, then I'll go ahead and take it out of its bag, grow it in here for a little while so it acclimates to a little less humidity, and so on and so on and so on. Anyway, so that is my Scindapsus trubii. Okay, put this guy back, and then I'll show you what I have in my Spag box, my Spag Prop Box. Names. I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the next thing I want to show you. So this is my little, instead of a bag, this is my Spag Prop Box. So I chose this one in particular. I did have another one previous to this, but it had a blue lid, and I wanted something that was clear on top so it allowed more light to get inside. So let me just go ahead and pop this guy open, and I will show you what I have growing in here. Ooh, look at that humidity. All right. So this actually doesn't sit in my greenhouse. This sits on this little shelf that's right in front of my patio door. So in here, the first thing that I'll show you is this guy, and you're gonna laugh. So if you watched my Hoya collection video, this sad little sucker probably looks familiar to you. So this is my Hoya imbricata. This is what happened. The sun stress, but if you do look at the back, okay, well, I think I fixed. Anyway, so I've got it sitting in here in hopes that it will reroot. I'm praying it will. I'm not super confident. It doesn't. I don't know if I should like kind of open it up a little bit. Maybe I should do that. I don't know. But there are some. Let me see if I can show you. There are some new roots in there, and they look decent and healthy. So I'm just gonna kind of continue on. Maybe I'll just kind of put them down like that in this bag. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just trying to save it at this point. Okay, so there's that guy. And then I have some cuttings of, this is, oh my goodness, what's it called? It's totally left me. You guys will tell me. I think it's a Peperomia. It totally left me. Shoot. Okay, anyway, you guys will tell me. Or I'll remember as soon as I turn the camera off. I'll put the name on the bottom of the screen. But there it is. So I have two cuttings of this, and you can see those cute little roots right there. So there are two of those in here. I have this guy who is quite rooted in, so I'm not going to pull her out, but there is a variegated Hoya Bella. Peperomia Ruby Cascade, right? Did I get it? I did. I did. And then we have some Raven ZZ leaf cuttings, who you can see are rooting there. And there are 4 of those in here. And then I have 3 cuttings of this Hoya. Oh my gosh. My brain was working really okayly earlier. Hoya Verrucosa. There we go. So there are 3 cuttings of that. There's one here, and one over here. Anyway, so that is a good way to grow smaller cuttings. This is a great way to do Hoya. Oh my gosh. Hoya, or leaf cuttings or something like that. It just gives them a little bit more space, and it's easy to keep track of them when you have the clear lid. Plus, again, it allows more light to get in. Oh, the other one that I have in here is this, and he's pretty rooted on there, but this guy is a Hoya Mathilde cutting, and she's got lots of roots. So that one is probably one that, oh my gosh, there's a little peduncle. Oh, I have to try to take this out and show you. Hold on. Okay, ignore all the spag moss that's on it. Let me see if I can show you. It's right here. Can you see that? Probably not well. It's right here. My camera doesn't want to focus. That's so cute! Anyway, so that is my Hoya Mathilde cutting. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these guys all back where they came from, and then I will take you in and I'll actually show you some other stuff that I have, some seedlings that I've started, and yeah, I'll show you what I got in there. So let's go do that. These transitions are awkward. AF. I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. So I'm actually going to leave the lights on, and I think what else I'm going to do is I'm going to show you just kind of how I have it set up, and with the lighting and the fan and all that kind of stuff, just so you can kind of get an idea of like how it looks. Okay, so let's go ahead and spin you around. Okay, so we will start on the top shelf here. It is going to look really pink, but I mean, they're all mostly seedlings, so you'll understand what it looks like. So in the back here, I'll put pictures up of everything just so you know what I've got growing and you can actually see them. Not the vegetables, obviously, because I'm pretty sure you can figure that one out on your own. So these are 2 different types of coleus. So there are black prints on the left-hand side, and then the fairway orange on the right-hand side. Here's some pictures of these. These are absolutely stunning coleus, and I am so freaking excited to see these guys grow. So the one we have right here, I'll actually take this out so you can hopefully see. Let's try to get you in here. These are, if you saw my succulent video, you can see, let's see, there's some right here, 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 and here. This one didn't actually germinate, but those are my succulent seeds, so they're growing, they're getting big, and they're super cute. Let me see if I can get in a little better. Are you gonna focus? Maybe we'll focus over here. Anyway, I think that's about as clear as I'm gonna get it, but they are so stinking cute. Okay, now back up here we have, so this is, I believe, my heuchera. Let me just double check. So this, yeah, this is a heuchera, and or a corabelle, as otherwise called. And I'll insert a picture of what these look like. They're so pretty. These ones I didn't germinate properly, so only one of them actually sprouted from a pack of, or from like a little thing of 6. Only one came up, but that's okay. I'm just hoping that I can nurture this one so that it actually gets bigger, or whatever the word is I'm trying to look for. Anyway, because they're absolutely beautiful. These ones over here that aren't looking the greatest, these ones are called Nemisa Orange. So I'll insert a picture of what those look like. Back there we have some Rainbow Coleus, we have some more of the Nemisa, I have some more 4 o'clocks, some bachelor buttons, an Amaranthus, I think they're called. So again, I'll put all of the pictures up here. These are beautiful, beautiful plants. I bought them all from this one company on Etsy. I can't remember what it's called right now. But anyway, they are beautiful and I can't wait to get them out in my garden. So here we have some beets growing. I don't think, oh we do, we have one that's sprouted. I can't get in there, hold on. Hold on, oh this is awkward, isn't it? Look, it's sprouted. And then this one's got a teeny tiny little sprout right there. You probably can't see it. Anyway, okay, so if we look back in here, we have radish, we have corn, because Jordan wanted to grow corn. I'm not sure where in my backyard I'm going to grow this corn, but that's okay. We have some snap peas and more corn. So you can see there that snap pea right there. Where's my finger? There. It's starting to come up. And that radish is starting to come up. So that's super exciting. This is the weirdest thing. I gotta show you. So these were yellow beans, which are like, so green and yellow beans are like a couple of the most easy things to grow. And I don't know what I did wrong, but this is the only one that sprouted. And that thing is like full. So I don't know, maybe it was just the depth. I read the package, I did what they said, but I guess I screwed something up. So that's my bad. So anyways, we're gonna have one green bean plant. Nope, one yellow bean plant. Over here are a second batch of succulents that I planted. I don't think that I have any sprouting as of yet, but they did take a little bit longer the last time, so I'm not super worried about that. These are some cacti seeds that I planted, and there is one in here, and I don't even know if you'll be able to see it. It's right at the tip of my finger there. So that's sad. But that's it. So let me show you the setup I've got going on in here. So I have these pink lights. You can see these strip lights here. Those are a set of 4. And at one point I had one on each shelf. And then I ended up taking, let me show you up here. There's 3 of them up there. I had some taller things. I had this shelf out. And I had some of my taller plants, some of my aeroids in the winter here, and I didn't want them super, super close to the light up here, so I just took this out, put an extra light up there so that it had better coverage. And yeah, so to make up for the second 2 shelves, I had those old bendable grow lights. You know what I'm trying to say. I can't even think of the word. My brain is gone, clearly. So on the 2 additional shelves that I didn't have lights on, I just attached these, and so there is light on every shelf. One thing that is really, really important for any greenhouse is a fan. So I have this little clip-on fan here. You can see I've got it clipped on that bar. So basically that just circulates the air in there. Otherwise you're gonna get really stale air, you're gonna grow mold, it's gonna be a big old disgusting nasty scene, and your plants definitely aren't going to thrive. So definitely get yourself a little fan. I think this thing cost me, it was like $15, $20 or something on Amazon. Totally worth it. This thing runs all the time and it has not stopped since I got the greenhouse, which has been quite a long time, quite a few months. So definitely bang for your buck there. So that's pretty much it. I do have other propagations around the house, but that is the majority. If we can focus, please. So that is basically what I've got going on over here, and that is the stuff that I wanted to show you today. Okay. Well, thank you so much, guys, for watching and coming along. Oh, there's my light ring that I only use as a stand. Anyways, thank you guys so much for coming along today. Thank you so much for coming along today and checking out my greenhouse and my propagations with me. I definitely appreciate you lending your time to me. So if you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you really like this video and you're not already, please go ahead and subscribe. It is a huge help to my channel. If you know, or maybe if you don't, what is going... Sorry, that was weird. If you know, or maybe if you don't, I am not working right now, so the more help the longer you can watch, the more ads that you can watch are greatly appreciated. If you can try to watch a whole video all the way through, it's a huge help to me. And you know, if you watch one of my videos and you like what you see and you think somebody else that you know might enjoy, please go ahead and share. It is the best thing that you can do to support any YouTuber that you enjoy watching, is to watch their videos, to share them, and yeah. So that's enough about that. But anyways, thank you guys all so much again. Have a great day, night, week, month, year. I love you all to bitty bits, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah!